What's up, good people? What's up, good people? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all know what time it is.
Yes.
It is Wind Down
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes.
We are back in the building again. We about to make this thing happen all over again on another week, on another beautiful day. Although it's a little cloudy, but we're still glad to be here.
Yes.
We're happy to be around. So, y'all know who I am. I'm Sandy. I'm sitting here with my girl.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's Shanice. Y'all know we do this every single week at 6 p.m. It might be a little bit after, but you get our drift.
We in the building.
That's right.
That's all that matters. So we getting down to the nitty gritty. How was your week, sis? What's going on, AJ? What's happening,
Hey,
AJ?
thanks for tuning in.
How
That's
you
right.
feeling this week, AJ? How you feeling this week?
Yes.
We
It's been a
pray
busy
all is
week.
well.
That's
So how was
right.
your week, sis? How was your week?
It has been busy. Do you hear me? Busy. I need a longer nap.
Better get it now.
I can't complain. I cannot complain though. You know, the hustle and the bustle. When you ask for it, you got to prepare for it. So, yeah, it's been great.
Good, good, good. It could have been, I know, it could have been a little shakier, but like you said, we on this side, and able to praise God and lift our hands and say, thank you, Jesus. I guess it can't get no better than that because everybody
Praise,
didn't make it to that point.
praise God, AJ. 90%. That's better than 20.
Exactly. Or that's better than zero.
There you go.
Thank you. We're glad you're feeling better and thanks for tuning in. So,
How
yeah,
you been? How's your
girl,
week?
listen, let me tell you, my week has been wonderful. Little bumps in the road, but ain't nothing major.
You
It's
know,
just little just little small bumps in the
a
road.
little
Nothing.
turbulence, a little turbulence. It happens in life.
Yeah, gotta have it every once in a while, but it's all good. But other than that, my week has been wonderful, it's been beautiful. You are so welcome, AJ. You are
Yeah,
so
our pleasure.
my week has been wonderful. It's Wind Down Wednesday, so we get to talk about it. We get to do what we want to do on here. But
That's
it's the
right.
week has been great. Everybody is all smiles, laughing and glowing and just in a positive, place,
Right.
just being thankful. I'm thankful. I'm extremely thankful and
Love and life.
grateful that God has blessed me. What up, Nidra Simone?
Hey.
Now she's another one. When we get into this topic, I'm gonna need everybody to chime in.
That please don't get ghost on us. Don't get quiet.
Don't. And if you got my number, please feel free to call me with your comments. I'm down for it. But y'all know what we do. We getting ready to talk about it. So, with that all being said, I had a great week. My sis had a great week. We
Yes.
all out and about. We hanging out with good people, people that are positive in positive ways, doing good positive things. I'm at a wedding this past weekend.
Yes. Beautiful.
Beautiful wedding, gorgeous wedding. In a
Congratulations to the bride and
mansion.
groom. Yes.
Yes, congratulations to my best friend, Yvette Stanford Hayes. We're going to take the Stanford out of that and we're going to say Yvette Hayes.
There we go.
Mr. and Mrs. James Hayes.
That's right.
Beautiful wedding. I mean, beautiful wedding. The colors were black and yellow. Beautiful, gorgeous mansion. They rented out the whole mansion. This is a beautiful mansion on a lake. The lake was beautiful. It was hot as the Dickens, but that was earlier, but the weather cooled off and the weather held out for them because, during that time it was, the rain was in different places, hitting different places. And, we want to send our prayers out to Haiti again.
Definitely.
We want to send our prayers out to Nashville,
Yes.
Tennessee, because they had a lot of flooding going on and they lost lives down there due to the flooding. So we want to make sure that we send all our prayers out to those that have lost loved ones along the way for different things. So we're sending prayers out. But when you're in an environment where it's a wedding, hello, good people, it's a
Yes.
wedding. So when you're at a
Love is
wedding,
in the love is in the air.
love is in the air. And it's a whole lot of people around that you have not met, that you've never seen before. But once again, a bunch of positive vibes. And that's what it was, in an environment again where it wasn't nothing but positive vibes, where people I didn't even know. So I had the opportunity to meet people. So I met several individuals. that's in relationships and been in relationships for quite some time, like
Mhm.
years, not just yesterday, not just 6 months. I'm talking years, 3+ years, 5+ years. But I need to ask this question. What's considered marriage material if you are involved with somebody, you're in that relationship and you've been in that relationship, and the thing that I kept hearing, they are a good person. He's a good person. She's a great person. I love her. I love him. But ain't no,
Ain't no
there's
ring.
no
Ain't no
ring.
ring. Ain't no ring on it.
So is it what makes someone marriage material that you will ask them to be a part of your life, or you consider them to be your husband or wife? Or I mean, what is marriage material? What makes marriage material? But you involved with this person for years. What makes them marriage material?
I think it's more so, especially this time of generation. I think it's past the what makes this person marriage material. I know for us, because we old school. But
Yes.
I hear a lot of people say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, marriage is just another piece of paper. Like, we've been together this long, it's been fine. Why jinx it? Why bother it? And so, you have those people that have that type of mentality. Like, some people are comfortable with, we gonna put a title on it and that's it. Like, we're not gonna get married. We're not gonna do all that. That people normally or customly you will see somebody. We done been together for a while. I know I ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Let's just do this. um a lot of people are they in different spaces now. Their headspace and their thought process on marriage is different, because we've had some good examples of marriage and we've had some pretty bad examples of marriage. And some people have a fear of commitment. I mean, it's a number of things. We can all be marriage material, but who are you marriage material for? That makes a difference as well. So I think it's just a personal, it's an individual thing.
It is, but what is if and see, and I get it. And I've heard that too. If it ain't broke, don't mess with it. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Mhm.
Leave it like it is. Don't worry about it. It'll all work out and pan out in the end. But the thing about it is that if one wants to get married, or one wants to be or feel that they are needed or wanted, this is what I said to them. This is what I said. I don't know, because I don't know the situation. And then, they've both been married twice. I met a lot
Okay.
of the particular persons right now that I'm talking about have been married twice. Both of them
Mhm.
have.
Okay.
And then I guess they must have had some relations before. So then my question was to them was, well, okay, how long have you all been back together this time? And they started laughing. They was like, well, how did you know? I was like, I'm just saying, you say you've been knowing each other for a long time. How, how long has it been since you all have been back together? So it was like, probably 3-4 years. I said, okay, cool. I said, so what's the holdup? And then she looks at me, and he act like he's not paying attention because he's trying to look over that way. And
Uh-huh.
she looks at him like giving the side eye, whatever. I was like, oh. I said, okay, I'm gonna wait for this question. And she walks away. I said, well, what's the problem? What's the holdup? Why you ain't ask her to marry you yet?
Right.
You ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Y'all care for each other. You're trying to build an empire with each other, from my understanding. I said, what's the
Right.
holdup? Girl, why did he say, because she ain't asked me to marry her?
Oh, see, that's what I mean. That comment right there is exactly what I mean. Where the headspace that people are in is so different now. It used to be a time where women never asked men to marry them, and marriage material is a combination of many things, in that individual. And so, that's a loaded that's a loaded question. Robert said, J-Lo in the yellow dress. Marriage material is a person that has the same standards and values that you have spiritually, emotionally, and you're willing to work together to stay together because you crave nothing but the other person. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. To me, is a term that people use to just get by in a relationship. And Robert, I agree with you 1,000%.
Yes, I do too. And thanks for tuning in, Robert. You
Yes,
know, as
definitely.
always, we appreciate you. I agree with you 100%. And no, I'm not J Lo. I'm a little better than J Lo. Thank you very much for the
Hey,
compliment.
all right now.
I'll take it. But I agree with you. You know, people, and then
Yeah.
I think too, and this is my thing. I don't know. I'm like you, sis. Me and now, the culture is different. But the whole thing about it is they're not young. This couple wasn't young. There
I'm
wasn't a young.
sure.
And then
Yeah.
both of them have been married twice.
So
So you already know,
they done had some experiences.
and you know we're from the old school. Why would you even think, what she need to ask me to marry her? Where's my ring? Exactly what he said. He was like, she need to ask me to marry her. Where's my ring? Why can't she ask me? She
Wow.
can give me a ring. And I was
And
like, oh,
and
I said,
so
like
that
that.
then so that's why they'll continue to be dating. Because
Yep. And the thing about it is, what are you willing to accept and not accept? How much are you willing to take and not take? Is it important to you to be married? If so, then how do you make yourself become marriage material if it's been 3, 4, 5 years and you still haven't gotten a ring yet? One of them is not marriage material. That's the way I see. Whether it's the male or the female, somebody ain't marriage material. So what do
right,
you got to do? What do you have to do in order to become that
marriage
person
material.
that's worthy of even being married again? I mean, but the thing about it is, this is also what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you can give her a ring. I said, Kim said, promise to love. If you promise to love her every day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, I said, show her that you are by giving her a promise ring. I said, make that promise to her that here, baby,
Mm-hmm.
this is for you. This is a symbol of my promise that I'm not going anywhere. I never leave you. And then if you decide to get married, okay, now you're going to ask her for her hand in marriage. That's what I see.
That and marriage is a different type of accountability. Marriage is not a game. And so when you read those vows to that other person, like you got to know what you're getting yourself into. It's definitely not a game. You definitely have to be accountable for the other person. They have to be, that have that same accountability for you. As
Yep.
far as if we're looking at it spiritually, obviously the male has more of the accountability as far as him being judged for how things go when it comes to your marriage, and so that's a part of the order. And
Right.
so a lot of people, they don't want the responsibility, or they feel okay with just saying we engaged, or this is my girl, let's not take it no further, because of the responsibility that comes with it. It is heavy. Heavy is the crown that bears it. And
Yes.
so it's definitely not a game. But for their situation, they need to have a conversation. Now, if they get an understanding and she's okay with that, that's different. But if she's not, what are we doing? That's the question that
Right.
you would be asking. Why am I even with you if I know that I want to be a wife and you don't want to be married, or you want someone that's going to ask you to marry them? Like
Exactly.
that's a different type of game right there.
And that's what I said. See, AJ, you with me. She said, with the given information, I wouldn't be afraid to give the promise ring to him. Oh, geez. Now I ain't giving him no promise ring, but I'm
Not
sorry.
definitely not. I'm sorry. I said I was old school too. Like, no,
But I'm
sir.
gonna let you give him that ring, though. I'm gonna let you give him that ring.
I ain't I ain't
If
getting on
that's
no
your
leave.
symbol of love, and if that's your symbol that you're going to show him that you're all in, you're all in, then that you go ahead on. But I'm not doing that. 56-year-old Sandy ain't about to do that right there.
I feel like a lot of these things, a lot of this chaos and this, I'm gonna say, out of orderness came from, because we talk about this all the time spiritually. We're in the book of
Yes,
Revelations.
yes,
And so right is wrong and wrong is right. So a lot of things that everybody in the globally will say is wrong, now you got those people that are chiming in, agreeing with you. So now
right,
it makes it right, but it's not right. And
right.
so it's definitely a spiritual piece that's connected to it. And
It
so a lot of
is.
people are they're comfortable. You know, they used to call it, you know, back in the day, shacking up or you know, common law, which is no
Yep.
longer
No
anymore.
longer
You
in
know,
existence.
so
Thank God for a lot of people because they be in trouble right about now.
you know, so I mean, it's just a different type of accountability when you say I do to a person. And so yeah, a lot of people are there not ready for that.
They aren't. I mean, even the ones that are involved, even the ones, some of the ones, some, not everybody, people, even some that are married now, um, don't want to even be in that relationship right now. You know, it's a lot of people that are, um, let's see, in a business type marriage.
Then a
And
situation shit.
yes, and everything, it changes accordingly, you know. So that's totally, you know, it's up to them. And my, it's we always, I can't give advice other than my experiment, the experience that I have had. Let's see, AJ says she's old school, but she need the movement. At 57 years old, she don't
Yep.
have time. I get that, but if you are, if that's what you're willing to do, and he wants to accept it, then my thing is, I said, do it. Um, and be happy with your decision. Now, my other thing is what I am going to recommend. This is me. This is what I'm saying. My recommendation is to not do it in a public setting, because I think a lot of times people do stuff in a public setting and then they get embarrassed about the fact that, okay, this is not what I wanted. I wasn't expecting this, so don't give me that. You know, so do it somewhere, um, in a private setting where that individual, it will be more accepting of it.
Yeah, it's more memorable. It
Yes.
means much more. I mean, a lot of wow, with today's technology, you know, a lot of people have went beyond and above in front of people and been embarrassed when they ask, you know, because the woman says no, you know.
Yep.
And so it's just I don't know, we just get away from with all of the technology. I think we get away from the personable I can't even think of the word, but it being really a personal experience, a
Yes.
personal journey. Now, I understand family, you know, close family and friends, but I mean, they're like setting up cameras and it's on YouTube, and you know, it just takes away from the heartfeltness, you
Yes.
know, and the
Yes.
joy
Real,
from
the realness of
and
it.
the emotions of
Yes.
of what it is that you're trying to convey to, you know, that special someone you
Right.
want to spend time with. So
Yeah. It's becoming, it's commercialized. It's so much, it's like a commercialized event, you
yep.
know. Um, and this is what I can appreciate about the wedding I went to this weekend, that it was genuine, it was original. You know, it wasn't all that let's dance coming down the aisle or do a step here or there, you know. It being an entertaining wedding, it was just beautiful. It was the old school way. Everybody walked down with their partners, took their place. I mean, it was just like stood there like you normally did, you know. Ain't,
Classy,
yeah,
yeah.
it was very, very classy, and it was very memorable, you know, very nice. And so it was just really, it was genuine. It was not, like I said, it wasn't a
A
commercialized
show.
setting. It wasn't a show. And I love that. I mean, I love that. I had so much fun. I got to introduce the wedding party, you know, and it's like they all walked in and I said their name. So it wasn't like you breaking it down on, you know, everybody got a different song. And then, so it was just really nice, you know. That was a marriage type material wedding. You know, you
I
can look
think,
at
you
that.
know, marriage material is people who want to be married. You know, there's a lot of qualifications that come with that, but I agree with what he said earlier. It's a spiritual thing. It's an emotional thing, you know, and so you definitely you two have to be on, you know, one accord, on one
Yep.
page, you know,
Yep.
because it's a very serious thing. It's definitely not something to take lightly.
It's
Oh,
not.
he cute, or oh, she cute, let's get married. Like
Right.
it's more to it than that.
Or they got money, you know, and they gonna be able to help me out do this, you know, they gonna be able to help me do that. Because my thing is too, I met another couple, um, they weren't married either, and the same thing, you know. And I'm like, you know, all these people in these relationships, do you aspire to even be married? You know, do you even want to be married? Do you want to even be in that situation and put yourself in that situation where you want to marry again or marry for the first time? You know, it's a lot to think about. It's a lot to take in, you know, but what will you consider to be marriage material? Because I don't think it's like it used to be back in the day. You know, it's definitely, you know, nothing like it used to be back in the day. People make
Mhm.
decisions about being married now differently than what they did before. I think before, back in the day, it was really based on love. You didn't even have a dime in your pocket. You didn't have no
Yeah,
money in your pocket.
and guess what? And your credit score didn't matter, but
And
guess what?
credit score didn't matter.
It
Um,
didn't matter.
it could have been for the convenience. A
Mhm.
lot of people do for convenience. You know, I agree with Doreen. Hey,
Yeah.
thanks
Hey,
for
thanks for
Doreen.
tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. A lot of people do. It's for convenience. It's for their convenience of, you know, whatever it is that they need in life. You know, but
Some
it's
people don't. Some people don't want to be alone.
yeah,
Um, some people, like we talked about, he got a little money or she got a little money. I can help them out, or they can help me out.
yeah, yeah,
It's just people are getting into marriage and they have the wrong type of mindset that they can change a person instead of getting into it like you said, how it's classic, it's real, it's true love. Like,
yeah.
you have nothing, I have nothing. Let's start from the bottom together and work our way up.
Exactly.
You know.
And when you hear when you know someone has said my next wedding or my next marriage is going to be for money, then you best to be looking out, because that's exactly what they're
What they
going to do.
looking for? That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, they not in it for what it is, but like we said before, it used to be genuine. It wasn't about the your credit score. It wasn't about what kind of job you had, what kind of car you was driving. You know, it was real, pure love back in the day. But times now have changed so tremendously, and it's just like, you know, what's expected? You don't know what's expected. You know, you don't know. You can write all day what you think marriage material is, but is that what it really is? Robert said we've gotten away from chivalry. Yes, I agree
Yes,
with that.
yes, yes, we have.
Courting, etc. I agree with that. I
Yep.
agree with you all. The society has gotten away from realness and want to put on a reality show, and that's the unfortunate piece. And that's why I'm like, you know, you when these people get engaged, you know, it's a show from the beginning.
Yep.
You know, it's a show from the very beginning. It shouldn't be a show. You know, it should be an intimate setting, like we said. You know, it should be a one-on-one thing. You know, or if you walk back, you see me tomorrow with a ring on, you'd be like, "Oh, girl, you got engaged." Yeah, girl. Like last night, you know, we was at so and so. You know, so stuff like that. You know, it's probably as real as it gonna get. That's one of them old school ways. But I don't know. Marriage material is hard to explain nowadays because you don't know.
It's a loaded question, so it's a loaded question, and as simplistic as it can be for some, it's complicated for others. So,
Extremely.
some women feel like at this point right now they are marriage material. Some men feel that way as well. Again, we've gotten away from a lot of the guys go ask the ladies. It's like ladies now are taking it upon themselves, in my opinion, out of the order that that it should be according to God's word. They're getting on one knee, they're proposing, and so
Yeah.
it's gonna open up doors for other men to feel like, hey, that girl did that for her dude, why come you can't do that for me? And so now it's a battle. There's role reversals. There's just
Exactly.
a lot happening right now.
Yeah. And it should be. You're right, Doreen. It should be genuine, but you know, it's not. With a lot of people, it's not genuine. You know, it's a lot of fakeness going on, and it's
A lot of other underlying intentions.
yeah, a lot of other intentions that are going on. You know, my scenarios when I bring them to you guys, it's always about something that somebody else that I know that we've spoken about, and I've talked to them about it, and you know, even in depth, we've discussed it. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they was like, "Well, I'm gonna stop telling my boyfriend that we broke up," and I'm like, "Okay, I mean, so if you stop telling him, but in your mind you're still thinking that whatever takes place, y'all broke up. What's changing? What's changing? You know, going back to what Robert said, because that's what it's all based on. He's not doing what he should be doing. He's not being the man that he's supposed to be in the relationship. He's doing all these other things and making up all these other excuses, but that's not the individual that they are. Because, and if you know that, why aren't you trying to do something about it? But then they get frustrated and they get mad. It's like, oh, we broke up today. I don't want to have to deal with him today, or I don't want to be bothered with him today. But it's not changing anything. It's nothing. It's everything is still going to be the same. So, but you're willing to be in a relationship. You're willing to be in a relationship that could turn to marriage. I don't know if that's good. Is that marriage material?
Marriage material is those who are ready to endure to a degree what Christ endured on a daily basis. That's what marriage material is. Dying to yourself for somebody else on a daily basis. If that's not something that you're ready to do, and that's in all aspects of your life, then don't even sign up for it, because it's definitely not a game. It's the closest example that we have of God's love for us. The road to the cross, the slaps and the knocks and the bruises and the carrying the cross was easy, right? Getting married, that's the easy part. We always call that a funeral. We call that a death.
Oh my God.
The marriage itself, it is the Christ road to crucifixion. So if you ain't ready to endure that, you don't want to play them type of games. That's what marriage material is.
Yes. You have to suffer. You have to suffer. You got to go through some trials and tribulation, because it said that. It ain't nothing in life. Ain't nothing in life easy.
No.
I haven't found anything in my 56 years of living to be easy. Absolutely.
And nothing that's easy. It's not worth having. If it's easy to have, it's not worth having.
I was looking at the like I said, I like to read. I read a lot. I'm looking at the Dales, Currys, the Currys.
Mm-hmm.
Dale Curry and his wife, I forget her name.
Yeah.
Are officially divorcing after 33 years of being married.
Woo.
And I'm looking at some of the comments that people are saying. If you're in the dating world, and if you're dating somebody right now, but if you're trying to get back out there, the struggle is real. You've been married to somebody for 33 years. It's best that you might be trying to hold on to that individual and try to work it out. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, been there and done that. And it ain't as easy as you think it is. But 33 years is a long time to be married, to divorce, and to try to be back out here in the dating world, only to see if someone is marriage material again, is very strenuous, can be very stressful. And how do you overcome that? Because you've been with somebody for 33 freaking years. 33. Yes, Doreen, the struggle is real.
Yes.
You've been with somebody for 33 years, and all of a sudden, boom.
That's so much better, because it was sounding like a robot at first. But that's tough to be. Wow, to be out in the playing field again, especially in this area, in this time. And so many people have so many variants now that they didn't before that's up against their marriage. And a lot of that is just the World Wide Web, period. The access that we have, that we didn't have at one point in time,
Right.
And so that brings many more challenges to your relationship, period, whether you're single, and dating someone, or engaged, or married. It brings different challenges into different struggles into your marriage.
And then a lot of times, I got friends that are dating, they're friends that are out there, trying to date or whatever. It's real. It's real. The struggle is real. But then I also listened to them. They was like, girl, he was crazy. But my question is he crazy, or are you crazy? Or are we both crazy together?
Right.
It's hard to try to get out there and date somebody to even see if they are marriage material, but you got to get out there and at least try it. That's only if you want to get remarried again.
Yeah,
But
but they always say what? The grass ain't greener on the other side.
grass
Keep
ain't green
what
on the other
you
side.
got. Keep what you got. Work on what you got because at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all struggling with something. We all got issues. Abandonment, childhood. I mean, I can name a gazillion one.
Yes.
But you know, this comes back to the marriage material part. Like, are you in a relationship with someone who's going to encourage you to get whatever help it is that you need to be able to move through that? Are they going to stand by your side to help you move through that? Or are you
Yep.
going to stand by their side to help them move through it? Because none of us are perfect. None of us are cookie cutter. None of us, you can't change a grown person. It's a struggle enough to try and make changes in yourself on a daily
Yep.
basis.
Yep.
And so therefore, work that thing. If you can work it. Because I'm telling you, it's just not worth it. And it's nothing out there. It's
It's
really not.
really,
And everything that you have, somebody's watching, somebody's admiring, and somebody wants that, but they don't know, they don't understand the work it takes for you to get to that place.
the
Or the
difficulty.
work that it's taking on a daily basis to get to that
Yep.
place. So
Yep.
we're all
Exactly.
human. We all fail in some aspect. But if you can pull through it and work through it, because the next person that you get with is gonna be something. And at the end of the day, in marriage, I always say you have to look at yourself. Life
Yep.
is an individual thing,
Yep.
regardless of whether you married, engaged, or whatever. You came in this world by yourself, right? So you're gonna leave by yourself,
You don't get
regardless.
out of here by
Even
yourself.
even twins that are born together, one is still born before the other,
Yep.
but they leave individual. And so therefore it's an individual path. It's an individual walk. And so, all you can try to do is do your best and to have somebody alongside you
Exactly.
who wants to cheer you on and you want to cheer them on. That's a great thing.
And it's really hard to say what makes someone marriage material. It's really hard to say. And not only that, it's even more difficult to even try to get them to become marriage material, because if in their mind they don't want to do it, but they never discuss it, they never talk about it, they never show it, they never say it, you would never know if they want to be married because they haven't told you, they haven't shown you. And here you are pushing them in a direction that they may not want to go in. So, and I'm always the kind to say, talk about it. You got to sit down and talk
Yeah.
about it, because why get involved with somebody if you're not ready to get married and they are? At some point down the road, you might not, you be like, look, I'm good being single, I just need me a good companion,
Right.
somebody that need to be talked about at the very beginning.
Yeah,
That,
you have to,
if
and
you
you
don't
have to.
discuss that part, if you don't get that out the way, then you might as well don't even try it, because it ain't gonna be a good look at the end of the day.
It ain't gonna be a good look if you're not a person that um we have to have patience as an individual. We have to try to have patience because we want that person to have patience with us, right?
Yep.
So we got to try to have some patience with them, as much as they may rub us the wrong way or get on our nerves or whatever. Like we don't get on somebody's nerves too. We don't rub somebody the wrong
24/7.
way too. You know what I'm saying?
24/7.
So you got to think of it you got to try to think of it on both sides.
Yep. On both sides. And then the couple that I was talking to this weekend, they're going in business together, which is another thing. It's like you're getting ready to start a business together, but they may not be marriage material, but you're getting ready to start a business together. I don't know if that's the best route to go, if that's economical, and who's really benefiting from it. Are you going in 50/50? Because at the end of the day, if something happens and that relationship should end, now we got to go to court and we're gonna be
Okay. Yep. Yep.
it's gonna be some issues, some problems. So it's like you got to be very careful about how you do things. Just be together, love each other, and move on from day to day. I'm with you, Carolyn.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Carolyn.
I'm with you, Kellen. Let's just do it from day to day. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it, and we can talk about it every day if you want to.
Let's try to put your best foot forward every day. Just try
until
to.
we come to an
That's
agreement.
it. That's it. And you got to know how to. You got to be okay with learning how to agree to disagree.
And my thing is, what I don't understand is why is it that women are always talking about if you don't marry me, if you don't put a ring on it,
Ultimatum.
Yeah, he better do that, and the word gets back, and then you feel obligated to do it. Does not make them marriage material because it's something you're doing that you really didn't want to do.
And then you're not giving, and then it's not fair to you or the other person because they're not giving you their authentic self. They are in a place where they feel like they're gonna lose you, so they're gonna do this because they don't want to lose you, but they're not there yet.
Right.
And so they can't authentically give you, themselves 1,000% because they maneuvering off of, I don't want to take this great loss, but I really don't want to do this, but and it's just that's not fair to either
Carolyn,
one.
you better say it. Carolyn, you better say it. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you have wisdom on the other side of this thing.
All right, Carolyn.
Talking because they know.
Love. It's messy as marriage breakups. Yep.
Business and love don't mix. It does not. It is as messy as a divorce. It's very messy as a divorce. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on the other end, that can give information and can let people know, the ins and outs, the do's and the don't. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Carolyn. Exactly what I'm talking about. But people don't get it and they don't understand.
You live, you learn. It's trial and error out here.
We're looking at what's in front of us at that moment. We're not looking down the road for in the future.
Because we're in a feel good space. We're in a feel good place.
We're in a good space right now. Exactly, sis. We're in a good space right now. We know where we are right now. So it's like, nah, we good. I ain't got to worry about it. But you ain't looking for the future. You're looking for the now. And that's another issue.
Constantly change.
Constantly
change.
Constantly. The sun don't always shine, because
you don't always smile. You ain't always in a good mood. You don't always wake up on the right side. All of those things.
And, and you're right. A jealous lover and a jealous partner. That's another dangerous thing. And then my thing is that means if there's someone jealous, then they're not marriage material. That's out my mouth. That's just that's the way I see it. If you got one or the other jealous in that relationship, then they're not marriage material. They're not marriage material. Not at all. Had the conversation the other night as well. I'm always having conversations with people.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that was discussed, because they were talking about how they were married, and when they were married, they didn't get, they didn't go nowhere and do nothing. They didn't hang out. They didn't kick it with the girls or the guys. They were just homebody. They always came home because their mate didn't want them going anywhere because they were insecure with, I guess, themselves. And we're always accusing them of when they were standing there talking to somebody. Well, why are you talking to them so long? Why you're in their face that length of time? I mean, so it's kind of like that stuff didn't just start happening. Had to be some clues in there somewhere along the way.
Right, but what has happened in the relationship between those two people that have gotten that person to that place?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like because this is just me. I don't have a degree in this, people.
No, we don't.
We go to school for this.
We speak freely after experiences.
My thing is this. And this is, they were talking, because I'm always talking to somebody about relationships. If you are working and that's all you're doing is working, and that's all you know to do is working, you don't go hang out with your people because you're working. The only thing you do is work and you come home. You don't want to have arguments or discussions because you didn't come home at a certain time. So they just didn't go nowhere. They just didn't do nothing. They just went and came back home to keep down on all of the whatever. And whenever they did go out, they couldn't stand there and have no conversation with nobody else because the accusations were made. That didn't just happen, is what I'm saying. That happened way before you even said the I do. So the question is, what do you do to either fix it or work with it, or do you continue to do the same thing that you are doing, living miserable because you can't go nowhere, you can't have fun, you can't go out with the girls or the boys, like that comment that I made when we were talking about the post that you put up on social media. She's always going to the games, you know, she goes here with him, she goes there with. Why is he married her? For what reason? We'll never know. Is she marriage material? Obviously she was. Does he like
We're
that?
talking about Gucci Mane and Keisha Kaur and how they're very close. They're everywhere you see him, you see her, and vice versa. How they're best friends with their and they're married and they're everywhere. Together.
That's fine, but that's at football games, basketball games, in the mall, at other events. What happens if I want to go by myself? What happens if he wants to go by himself? He can't go? She can't go? They left that part out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to go to a game with my other half. I'm going to go to an event with my other half. I'm going to be at somewhere with my other half if it's out. But when the girls call, when the girls say we're doing this,
I'm gonna be with them too.
I'm gonna be with them. He ain't gonna be with them. Well, I'm gonna cut my girls off because he can't go.
Yeah.
But people be in situations like that.
Well,
I don't want you under me because I need my space. You need your space. We need our own time with each other and away from each other. So when we do come back together, it's like, oh, baby, I miss you. I miss you, you know, and that's fine. I don't need you under me. I don't need you under me. And you're right, Kellen. Make your partner relevant, not just a trophy.
we know a lot of them. We know a lot of trophies.
But are they marriage material? Or are you just using them as a trophy? With my side piece.
Yes, a little space is definitely healthy. Like I said before, you are born on this earth alone, you will leave alone. And so therefore there should always be time and there should always be moments where you have your space, where you do things on your own.
Yes.
And I'm in agreement with that, yes.
I'm gonna trust you enough until you prove me wrong. Until something happens and I feel like I can't trust you no more. But until then, I'm gonna trust you. You can go in and do whatever you want to do, you know, and I'm okay with that. Just be respectful and make sure you do things decently and in order, because that's what the words say.
That's
But I
it.
don't have to be under you. I just don't have to be under you 24/7.
And then you know with us, and we're always on the speak on the spiritual aspect. I mean, if it's something that's not supposed to be done, it always comes out. So
Anyway,
it always comes to the light. So you ain't got to be no private eye.
You ain't got to be a private eye. So it's Wind Down Wednesday, and we talked about what's marriage material because I went to a beautiful wedding this weekend, and it was gorgeous, and it was real, it was genuine, and I had to, I met a lot of people that weren't married, not even engaged. So my question was, what makes them marriage material if you've been dating for some years,
Right.
but
That's some people that's been dating 17 years, 30 years,
yes.
And they just like, this is just what we do.
Some folks are just trustworthy, not you're right, Carolyn, and not decent. You are absolutely correct. But I'm gonna need it all mixed in one. I'm gonna need you to be trustworthy and decent.
There you go, balance.
Hey, it's all about the respect that you're gonna give yourself and me, because we ain't gonna always be together. So when we are together, it's still that decency that you need to put.
That representation is there, and it's intact. Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. And another thing is that I explained to you what we're talking about. And the reason why we're talking about is this marriage material. What is marriage material? What makes someone marriage material? And I guess we'll never know that answer. A forever mate. Hey, but a lot of people, Simone, a lot of people are happy with a forever mate. a lot of people like them.
Hell no.
But is that forever mate marriage material? What makes them a forever mate? They had to get to the point to be a forever mate. Why would you even label them as a forever mate? When you
Because
first,
they roomies. They roomies.
if you first get in a relationship, you best to be talking about whether or not you want to be married or they want to be married.
Or we
The
wasting
word,
time. Or you wasting time.
the marriage need to come up. The M word needs to come up, and you don't need to say the M word because I don't. It's a lot of M's out there. You're best to talk about it when you meet somebody, because I'm gonna tell you, my journey was real.
Money, marriage.
Me,
I keep going.
mine, and I don't like the me, mine, and I. I'm not a me, mine, I person. When you get someone, you meet somebody, and if they are a me, mine, and I person, scratch.
Run.
But they're not about marriage. That's not marriage material. I'm gonna tell you right now. Me, mine, I, that's not a marriage material person. So I'm gonna need you to scratch them from the list and keep it moving, and pray and ask God to send you your Mr. Sunshine. My sunshine.
Or your Mr. Sunshine.
Listen, your Mr. Sunshine. Carolyn says the mistake women make most is they get married just to have a wedding, and the reality of marriage sets in, and that's where all the crap hits the fan.
Reality sets in, yeah.
Reality does set in. A lot of times they think it is all hunky-dory, and joy and pain is what happens after you do all that too. You get a lot of joy and you get a lot of pain, and then all of a sudden
you're like, wait a minute, hold on. This ain't what I read in the Cinderella story.
I didn't see this on the soap operas. It didn't happen on Young and the Restless.
This ain't what I read at the end of Snow White.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
No, it is not. So I think we need to be extremely careful, women, when it comes to meeting men. There are things and questions that you might need to ask to see if they are truly marriage material. And what makes them marriage material, that's on you.
Uh-huh.
That's your, whatever you feel, that's totally on you. When in marriage, think about it. Hey, I already know. Some people do it. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. If you get a pair of flip-flops from me, y'all already know it's real. I'm just saying. If you get a pair of flip-flops from me, it's real. I have said that because my second wedding would definitely be somewhere. It won't be here.
Probably put your toes down in that white sand.
Yeah, it's gonna be a private island. And then if you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, you can't. But if you get them flip-flops with the destination on it, trust and believe.
You better be in the building. You gotta be in the building. The
whole thing about it is that's discussed. It has already been discussed with the person that I'm seeing right now. So it ain't you don't throw up things that's just last minute, you don't throw out surprises. You let them know ahead of time. So if you think that person is marriage material, you best to be talking about it as soon as you possibly can.
For sure.
Can you say like day one? I'm telling you.
It's called expectations. These are some of the things that I'm looking forward to.
Because don't waste your time. Do not waste your time dating someone that if you are ready to get married, they may not be ready to get married. I'm just saying. Everything comes with something. So what makes someone marriage material, that's up to you. You got to figure it out and find out. But don't do it just to be doing it. Some people don't want to be married.
Yeah. So it's Wind Down Wednesday. Y'all already know how we do it. We got lots coming up, lots happening.
Whew, September is a busy month. You know that?
September and October. Yeah.
Yes, October is a real busy month.
For sure.
Definitely. But September is like I got 2 events to go to this weekend. I got 2 events to go to in September, plus another event. It's like 3 or 4 events that's going on in September. And then October is a busy month. There are birthdays up the wazoo in September.
Yeah.
So like, being
It's coming up on Virgo season.
hey, I don't know. I don't care nothing about all that. Okay. Thanks,
I'm
Simone.
just letting you know. Thanks for tuning in, Nidra.
So, we were at my nephew's house not too long ago. Nidra just happened to be there. And we were talking about relationships and being in a relationship and how it should go and the stuff that you accept and tolerate, which is another thing in knowing if they are marriage material.
Yep.
So we're sitting there talking to somebody, and we was talking to the mother. The baby daddy is not out of the picture, but he uses the baby to stay in the loop with the baby mama.
Mm.
Baby mama don't think that she can spread her wings and do what she wants to do because she is pretty much being somewhat, not just somewhat people taken care of by baby daddy. If baby mama sees the need to get a bill paid for, baby daddy would do. And she wants, so she says, she wants to be out of the relationship.
Sending mixed signals. Sending mixed signals, babe.
Mixed signals.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yes, and extremely bad. We're praying that they don't. We're praying that nothing happens. But in order for you to move on, here we go, marriage material, finding somebody or being with somebody or seeing somebody or putting yourself in a position to be marriage material, you have to cut those ties. You have to cut those loose ends. And not being held hostage. And I agree. We all said it. We feel that what he's doing, he's holding her hostage. But
she's allowing herself to be a hostage.
She is allowing herself to be a hostage. I said that. So at the end of the day, decisions are needed to be made. You need to figure out if he's not marriage material and you're not marriage material, somebody need to make the decision and let it go.
For sure.
You're right, Carolyn. You know what you want. You know what you want. You know when you want it and how you want it. When you start using individuals, using them, and then their feelings are attached to that, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, every time.
It's gonna be a problem. So, and we can't do anything about that. We just have to keep praying for her. Nidra, we got to keep praying for her. Simone, we got to keep praying for her because she need lots of prayer. She don't need to meet nobody else. She just need to cut off what she got and then give herself. I tell everybody, my thing, one of my things that's been coming in my spirit, the best investment is when you invest in yourself. That's been in my spirit for like a whole week. The best investment is when you invest in yourself. There is no better investment than when you invest in yourself. Just think about it. Think about it. So anyway, she wants her cake and ice cream. Girl, she wants the whole kit and caboodle. She wants it all. She wants everything. But when, she realizes that that's not what your wants and needs are two different things. You can want something and need something and need something and want something. Totally two different things, totally. But you better make sure that what you want
is what you need.
Is what you need. Period. So anyway, we appreciate y'all for listening, checking in. Hey, I'm on my way out the door, good people. I'm returning from the Cincinnati Police Department. It's been real. It's been great. I'm sitting here now. I've been in this house for like 2 days, trying to just recoup and make sure that, everything on my body is working appropriately. My back is killing me for some unknown reason. Probably that darn gun belt that I wore for years. But anyway, it's about to go down. We're about to revamp and do a whole new different thing because I'm going to be off the clock. So we get to do and say what we really want to. but it's about to be a different setup. I've been holding back now just a tad bit, but me and sis
Stay
about to
tuned. Gotta stay tuned, honey.
we about to break the boundaries. We about to do some things. So anyway,
Season two is approaching. Season 2.
exactly. Yes, signal two. That's right. We're about to signal two. 35. I am 35 for the remainder, but we're about to signal two to a different location. So y'all get ready because it's about to go down. You're gonna see us in a different way. Thanks, Robert.
Yes, thanks for tuning in always.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Yep, Carolyn, yes, honey. Thank you, Nidra. I'll see you at the thing. I'll see you Sunday though, because I'll be at church. Praise God. If y'all ain't going nowhere, you ain't doing nothing on Sunday, come on over to 1920 Tennessee Avenue. Y'all can watch Simone sing. You can see her praising God up there on the thing. But anyway, if you ain't got nothing to do, you gotta wear your mask though. It's always a mask.
That's right. You gotta cover up for Jesus in the building.
You got to stay covered up for Jesus. That's what we do. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. What's your marriage material for those that are married? For those that are not married, make sure you know what marriage material is for you. If you want to be remarried again, you're in a relationship for 5, 10, 20 years and you with somebody, are they marriage material? Why are you still in a relationship with somebody that long? You need to have those discussions. Thank you, Nidra. 1920 Corinthian Baptist Church, 10 o'clock in the a.m. And we will be out before noon, way before noon. We out about 11:30, 11:45. So come on out, get your praise on, and then go find your husband or wife. A man that findeth the wife, though, find the good thing. So
there you go. It's order and everything.
Order about everything. But come on in Corinthian. You might find one in there. Might see somebody in there. Never know. Jesus might have your husband, wife waiting right there in the church. Come on now. Come on now. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, people. Thanks for tuning in. Keep watching. We do have some things coming up. What we got coming up this weekend, we're going to be down at Washington Park on Friday, which is 2 days from now. We're going to be at Washington Park kicking it. Amen. Hallelujah. That's right. Come on out. We're going to be at Washington Park Friday. So come on out, kick it with us at Washington Park. It's going down. We're going to have a good time. We got another event that's coming up. It's going to be in Indiana, but we'll post it on the page. So make sure y'all pay attention to see what's going on. If you ain't got nothing to do, these are small venues and small events. We'll give you something to do and some, you can get out. Y'all know downtown Cincinnati is outdoors. So you feel safe coming outside. They put you in a, you can sit pretty much in an open space and away from people. So come on out and support us on Friday. We'll be down there.
We have Flock Fridays coming up, so we'll post that flyer for Flock Fridays as well. So it's wrapping up. It'll be fall here soon, so let's get out and enjoy these outdoors as much as we can for as long as we can for now, until it gets too chilly to be outside. So
let's make it happen. Let's do it. So come on out and see us on Friday down at Washington Park, because I promise you, it's going down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
It's going down, and it's gonna be a good time because the music is always good. The music is always great. It's old school. They know what they're doing down there. We're gonna dance. We're gonna party. They're gonna sing. So come on down, have a good time.
And that's right. And I was gonna say too, outside of Washington Park again, we'll post the events on the Tuck Radio page so you guys can be well informed. But we will be in the building, definitely.
Be in the building. For those, I appreciate your congratulations. And for some of y'all, I see you soon. And so for some of y'all, I'll see you soon.
And we at the point of the show where we give our positive quotes. So on that note, my positive quote is know what you want in life. Know what you want in life.
And I'm gonna concur on that. Know what you want in life. And just don't know what you want in life. Go get it. It ain't hard. You just gotta make sure that it's what you want. So in the meantime, in the between time, y'all know me. It's always better to give than it is to receive. We'll see you next week.
Next Wednesday, same time.